Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sorrowful here with episode number 2 of my How2Fund101 series. The series where I teach my viewers the essential knowledge needed in order to fund yourself in MapleStory the right way. Now that you know which stats are important and what role they play, I figured it would be appropriate to teach you all the quantities in which you'll want to achieve of each stat for the end game. Let's take another look at the stat sheet, which again are listed in order from most valuable to the least. You ever hear pros say you only need 250% boss or something similar? Well, they're not just pulling those numbers out of their asses. Certain stats become much less effective and efficient to increase once you have a certain amount of said stat, thus wasting lines of potential that could be used for more useful lines for your character's current condition, essentially optimizing your character's damage output. With that being said, the numbers most pros go by are 90 to 94% PDR, with 94% of course being on the extreme side. But this amount of PDR or IED allows your character to do most of your full damage to endgame bosses like Lotus and Chaos Vellum. However, upgrading past 92-ish% PDR is simply inefficient because you'd be getting something like 1% more PDR for every line of 30% ignore enemy defense you have, which is simply not worth it, when that line of potential can be used on something much more valuable for your character's current condition, which is exactly what I was saying earlier. 250% boss damage. This is because the more boss percent you have, the less effective it actually is. A great Basiler once broke it down and made it simple. If you go from 0 to 100% boss damage, you go from doing 1 times damage on bosses to doing 2 times damage on bosses. It doubles your damage. But if you add another 100%, so you go from 100% to 200% boss damage, now you are going from doing 2 times damage on bosses to doing only 3 times damage on bosses. So it's only a 1.5 times damage increase. 250% boss damage is just that point where getting a line of 12% attack is just a better option, and will provide your character a more significant boost for its current condition. Quite obviously, 100% critical rate to ensure you always land that extra damage from your crits, and well, the rest of the stats follow a much older and simple rule, being that the more you have, the merrier. With that being said, feel free to go nuts and aim for as much percent attack as possible, but while keeping in mind to hit the golden numbers for the aforementioned stats. Also, as mentioned in the previous episode, when it comes to balance between percent attack and percent stat, you can click the information icon that popped up right now on the top right of this video, or simply refer to the video link in the description, as that video briefly explains the golden ratio. Thank you all for watching. This has been a Sorrowful production. Hit that like button if you found this video helpful or informative in any way, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on episode 3 of the series, where I'll talk about which equips you should aim for on every slot. Believe me, there's a lot left to discuss. So I'll see you on the next one, yeah?